Spasibo большое, Belarus. Всем привет and welcome to the Bizarre Experience with me, Connor Klein. And today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you how the Belarusian police got my phone back when it went missing. It's not something that I would expect to happen in very many countries. And I know in the last Tip Thursday, I did explain some of the downsides to traveling here in the bureaucracy, but this time, the bureaucracy actually helped me a lot. It helped me get this phone back. So let's get into the video and I'll explain how all this happened. So what happened is I took a flight from Minsk to Brussels, and when I arrived, got my suitcase into my apartment, I realized I was missing an iPhone. Now I actually have two iPhones because I have one that I just use basically for recording the audio when I make these videos. So it was actually the second iPhone, which is why I hadn't noticed it when I was traveling, because obviously I was using my primary iPhone when I was traveling and taking the flight. I of course thought, well, when was the last time I saw the phone? I remember having it at breakfast before I went to the airport, and of course then afterwards I took, I think it was either the bus or a BlaBlaCar into Brussels, so I could have been, on the plane, in the airport, at breakfast, or even afterwards once I arrived in Belgium. So I immediately contacted my friend who I had breakfast with, and I said, hey, do you remember seeing my phone? My second phone when I was there, I think I lost it while I was still in Belarus. What should I do? Who should I contact? So she immediately contacted the police, reported that it had been, my phone had gone missing, and the reaction from the Belarusian police was amazing. They want to know everybody I had actually spoken to and met that particular day, all my movements, and so that they would actually track them and speak to everybody I had met during the day to see if they had my phone, and also look at the CCTV at the airport. And actually they were successful, because when I had ordered the Uber to get to the airport, I think there's something that happened where it had been cancelled, rebooked, so I actually didn't know which Uber driver I had taken at the end of the day, and they tracked down the phone to the Uber driver that actually brought me out from the center of Minsk to the airport. And then when I came back to Minsk, it was probably like a month later or something, the same taxi driver was waiting for me at the airport with my phone in hand.
Телефоны вот эти, и они остаются, то есть я их звонят, и я их передаю потом, понимаете. А в Беларуси оно хорошо, никто не ворует, главное обратиться.
So my experience with getting my phone back here in Belarus is really in contrast to a lot of other places you probably travel to, where reporting to the police probably doesn't end up in them taking any action. Now, I'll give you a good example. I once had my phone stolen in Brussels in Belgium, and even though we had CCTV footage of the thief, it took them like maybe an hour to show up just to take the report. They filled out, the documents and gave me I guess it's called a police report. Yeah, police report from my insurance, so that I could claim my insurance to actually get some compensation for the phone that was stolen. But they didn't follow up. They didn't take any further action. So thumbs up for Belarus on that one. Actually, one of the things that really helped me out here is I had some local friends, and she actually, made the inquiries for me. That sped it up because I was in the country and I didn't know exactly, how to start the process in trying to get my phone back. So that was really a great help. And yeah, that's just something that if you do make acquaintances and good friends when you are traveling, that these people can also help you out, because people, in general, I think all of us want to make sure that a visitor to our country has a fantastic time. And if something goes wrong, like they lose a phone or they get robbed, we kind of feel it. At least I feel it if someone goes to Ireland, for example, and something bad happens to them, that I should help them as best I can, because they've come to my country and I want them to have a great experience. And yeah, here in Belarus it's no different. So that's just another little piece of advice for you about the benefits of not just being a tourist, but actually trying to get to the local people when you come to a country that you never know when they'll be able to help you out. So thumbs up for my Belarusian friend. So what's my advice to you guys out there if you have a problem in Belarus, like maybe you lost your phone, maybe unfortunately you get robbed? Not that I think happens very often in Belarus. It seems extremely safe. Well, the first thing is you definitely need to go ahead and report it. As you've seen in my case, they take such steps to go and process and follow up on a crime, investigate it, that it's really worth it. Definitely compared to other countries that I've traveled in or lived in. Obviously, if you have local friends, make them. They're really, really valuable in these kind of situations, because maybe you have to leave, like in my case, and then your friend, they can just follow up a lot easier, especially if you don't speak very good Russian. And the third thing is, be persistent. Here, I didn't really need to be persistent because they were so persistent themselves and following up with me and making sure that everything was sorted out. But definitely don't be disheartened if you have a problem, you don't get a resolution straight away, especially when dealing with bureaucracy, that just being persistent and following up, and eventually you get a good result, a good resolution. So if you have enjoyed this video and maybe you found it useful, maybe inspired you, maybe you're gonna go and try and get something back that you lost before, or something that was stolen, you're gonna follow up on it. I hope so, and share with anyone who might be in that position. Please give the video a big thumbs up, strike the like button that you're gonna see below the video. That really shows me that you enjoyed this content, and I know it was worth making. Recently, since the summer, I've been uploading 2 videos per week, and let's see if I can keep that going. Maybe we might even increase it to 3 videos per week, depending on how much good, interesting content I can make and get edited up here on the channel for you. And with that said, I'm going to go and enjoy using my phone in Belarus with a local SIM card. Another tip, you really, really should have a local SIM card. That's the end of the video. I'll see you all, and all your smiling, enthusiastic faces for traveling Eastern Europe very soon in the next video. Do svidaniya from Minsk, Belarus.
SAR Experience.